boom, Shangri-La. Right. Plenty of water on there. That's it. Just a nice creamy colour in there, and loads and loads and loads and loads and loads of water I need in there. Right, let's wash that. Get some nice blue. Nice thick bit of blue. Now my blue skies coming down like that. Sort of through there like that. Something about like that. And then I'm cutting out. I need to cut out some colour. So there's some streaks in there like that. There's some streaks across there like that. I might have to do this a few times because it's going to keep running down, you see. So there's a streak there like that. Let's swap brushes to this one because there's some thin streaks in there as well. Little thin streaks of cloud like that. Look. In fact, there's a few there like that. That's nice. And then take that big one back out again. And let's go back to this big brush for that. Big one there, and then a really big one there. That can be cut out there anyway. So count all that. What? Let's get drier on it. I think we're okay at that. I think we've got a decent start. That'll go perfect. Right, I'll tell you what I think I'm going to do now. Just go around this house. So I'm going to get a tiny. This is where what I'm going to do. I'm going to get a small detailing brush. Go around the house. Not even pop my reading glasses on. And then when I've gone round it, I'll switch as fast as I can back to a big brush. Because I just think always try and get back to your big brush quick as you can. Right, so let's try and get sort of the right colour. No, that don't look bad to me. Let's try that. So, in fact, I'm upside down to grab this top bit. So across top of there, look, I'm upside down, across there, round my chimneys. This top bit's probably darker anyway, so it's not going to be too important. There we are, into there, and then we'll just get some water in around it, some more water in, and I'll be switching to my big brush very soon. There we are, back into there. Don't want these lines here, you see them lines you can see, I want rid of them. This paper is sort of everything stains it quick, so you have to be even more aware of these little lines and things that appear than normals. Right, now that's enough with this little brush now. Stick that in my water. Let's get to my big brush. I've got to work fast because same again, this stuff here will be leaving lines. That's gone bluey green now. That's okay. I'll stick a bit of yellow to it, take it back a bit more yellowy. Mixing my colour on my paper, that always works good anyway, so you get a nice variety of colour. Add a bit of water into there, soften that down. Same again, gives me a nice variety of colour by having some bits waterier than other bits. Put a thick bit in there, so a bit of creamy colour into it. A bit more creamy colour, more yellow, some more yellow in. Bit more yellow. Right, and then I think let's get some more yellows just in and around there, that sort of looking a bit, and then a bit more of this cream colour in. That's it, just dab in some water, smooth everything in together. That'll do me, so I've got round my arse now, that's that done. Might be a tiny bit of puddling at bottom, I'm going to leave it. fact, I'm going to have a edge there, so it not matter. Oh, my coffee's good. Right, back here, I suppose. I'm going to dry that first. So I'm going to do my back bit more runnier. Here, that might cauliflower. So normally you don't want cauliflowers, but I'm going to have an edge across there. So if that cauliflowers, it might add to the effect of the edge. Might look really, really good. So I'm just going to leave it. Right, see what this is like. Now I'm just same sort of colour, but just a lot more water in it. So it just blends us in better. There we are. There's a lot more council pop in that. Look, might have to go through to the other one now. Do I need to be slightly darker? Because what I have got to remember is with watercolour, it dries lighter. It dries lighter than what you're looking at. So I could dry it, have a look and see. I think it needs a bit more. I think that's a bit too light. So look at that. Is that better? A bit more. Yeah, let's give that a try. Will do. Right then, now let's get some more greens mixed in. So a nice bit of green. Green's just blue and yellow. So we mix blue and yellow. Very nice green. So I'm going for a nice bright green now, I think. Yeah. Nice bright green. Jobs are good. Going for a really bright green. So I think I'm going to wet my paper first. There. That's better. Right. Straight in like, oh, see them smears of the dark ant light where I've got a couple of colours on my brush. That's nice. I'll leave that bit of white there. Be right. I'll put a bit of sparkle in the edge, not it. Take that off there for a minute. May as well go to the edge. That'd be hid behind your mount normally, so you won't worry. But yeah, I'll take it off. Right, shall I build up a bit stronger on bottom as it's getting closer? I think I will. Or should I even dry it and then build another layer on? Probably. Let's do that. A lot of drying. There. Some more coffee. Put another layer in. That coffee's good. Another layer in just to sort of. Oh, look at that, look. It's hard because my frigging paper's cockling a bit, but yeah, look at that. That's giving me a bit of texture in there as well. That. So if I have, yeah, I'm going to say if I have can't talk. If I have a edge across there, but I'm not going to go out because I don't want to take an edge across there. It looked like there was a line where I could have took an edge across, but I might block your eye from going in. So that looks good. There's a bit of texture there, and it works closer. So I can go further back. Some nice bits of texture in there where all my paint's all blobbed all over, and then no texture there where it's miles away. So that should be good. Right. One more dry. I'll start popping some tree. In fact, I might fill my house in next. Right, I'm going to just pop my clip back on. I went to the dentist yesterday and I had a wisdom tooth pulled out, and I had one of them out-of-body experiences. What that is, it's where you floating above the dentist chair, just like a total out-of-body experience. Weird. Just I could see myself floating above the dental chair, and when I come back down, well, I landed on top of the dental nurse and ended up rolling about on the floor. But it wasn't really my fault, it's just because I had an out-of-body experience. So, well, that's what I told the judge anyway. I've been acquitted. So, yeah, I've had an out-of-body experience. Which way's me light coming in? I can't. You know what? There's not much light. I can't really tell. Just looking at me. Yeah, it's coming in this way. It's definitely coming in this way. Okay. Yeah. Alright, I'll let that dry a minute anyway. Have some coffee. Right, well, that's drying. I'll put some bushes in. I think I might start with. I've got a light colour on my brush, I think. Let's have a look. Yeah. I might just start with this light colour, what's on my brush. Use my brush to put in a bush. Right, so I'd say they're going to be pretty big there. So that's a bush there. And I'll have some across here. Through there, like that. Straight in front of the house there. That's my light colour. What we got up here? So there's definitely one across here. Pop a bush in there. Let's see, into there like that. It sort of looks like there's probably one here. There's a difference in colour there, so I'll pop one in there as well. Something like that. And then I think I might leave it at that. Right, so let's get some more bright colours for up here. Now these are great big trees up here. Like a big forest really. There's loads of trees. It gets smaller this side. And then it just sort of get bigger down here. Don't want to ask me why. Dunno. Just does. We whistle while we work. I'm going into now. I'm going to mix up a really dark green. This is pretty dark up here. Oh, that's nice. Blob that only not way across. Well, light's coming that way, so I'll just sort of slightly darker down that side. I'm not going to worry too much, just mainly just blocking some stuff in. Then I'm going to go even darker. There's a bit of that blue out of that sky, you know. Just come right down to the base there. That's it, that's my trees. See, if you sing, it helps you concentrate when you're singing. Yeah. So that look like, let me sit back and have a look. That looks alright to me. Right, I'm going to mix up a bit more and just blob a bit more in, I think it goes a bit higher here. Just on this side. Yeah, that looks better. A bit darker, I think. Oh, I've got to get it right. Some darker in there. There we are, a bit darker in there, a bit darker in there, like that. Look, it gets a bit thinner back there. Just whack a bit of this blue in so I can blend in with my sky. That's it. Right, I think I'm about there. If I let that dry a bit, I might try and get some fingernail stuff in there. Right, so now there's one here, isn't there? This is just little bushes here, so something like that. Get into a bit lighter colour. These are a bit smaller and a bit lighter in colour. Oh no, they're not actually lighter in colour, sorry. They're just a bit smaller. I think I quite like that as it is. So let's come back down here, a bit lighter again. I like the colour up from there. That's gone a bit bigger. And then across here. It's a lighter colour than what I had first. I've got my yellow first, so hopefully a tiny bit of yellow will highlight through. And then got my other colours, and I've even left that bit of white in there, haven't I? So hopefully I'll miss some little gaps and there'll be some little tiny white highlights going through there and all. Hopefully, and that should look nice there. So I'm not trying to denote too fancy, they're just bushes. There now, the main colour is going to be this really dark colour, so let's try this. This is going to be the main bit. Some blue. That's better. The blue looks nice. Oh yes. Oh yes. Yes. Oh, that's. Oh, quite like that. Yeah. Is that enough? Shall I go some more? A little bit more. See, I'm sitting right back to look. I'm thinking a little bit more of these really, really darks. Because some of these dark, muddy colours, I'm going to say don't paint with mud, but sometimes these dark, muddy colours are the more realistic looking ones, but then, like some of them brighter colours are a bit less natural in the real world, but sometimes they make your painting a bit prettier. So it's a bit of sort of mix and match. Let me have some coffee. Right. A bit of a case you compromise a bit of one for other. So I've compromised a bit of prettiness to get a little bit of realism. Right, I'm going to try and soften some of this in on these bottom bits now. Not going to worry too much about it. It'll just be nice to get it a bit tidier. So let's try mixing a bit more green and just coming on top. See if we can tidy it up a bit like that. That might work better. That's it. Just blend it in a bit. There's always something you can do. There, that looks better, doesn't it? Same up here. Just mix a bit in and hopefully tidy it in. That bit up there, not bad anyway. There. That's it. Nice. There's like puddles here. I like them, so I leave them. If you don't like them, take some out in it. But yeah, I like them. So if I'll stand back across the room and I look, always keep standing back and I look. Yeah, I think that's okay. I think so. Seems to be. Right, let's dry it and then pop my ass in. Tell you what I did want to do. Where's my little scratcher? Try it with my nail. That's it. I just fancied a couple of little odd bits in there. I've just done them with my nail. Look, tiny little bits. That's it. where's my little brush I used to paint? Yeah, let's go for an even smaller one. So I want a dark, really just dark grey colour now. So I've got some dark grey mud in the bottom of my palette, right? And it's got some green in it. It's got a greeny colour. So what do I do to get rid of the green colour? Because I don't want it green, I want it grey. If you want to get rid of green, add a bit of red. So I'm not wasting any paint then, just adding a bit of red. That's killed all that green in it now and getting me a grey. I want a bluey grey actually, so I'm going to add a bit of blue. What might take it back green, but it not matter because I just add some more red in. And it hasn't took it back green, it's gone perfect. So yeah, if you're mixing a grey colour up and you've got green in the bottom of your palette, you can just add red to it and you'll end up with a grey. So you sort of can always use what you've already mixed in your palette sort of thing. Especially if you're as tight as me, these things matter. Right, this here, I don't know why, probably the way the light's coming in and that. I've left a tiny little gap there for a little bit where light's hitting. I often like to leave tiny little gaps in these sorts of things on roofs and stuff. For some reason, I'm not sure why, this roof gets a little bit lighter as it goes along. So I just keep dipping my brush into a bit more water as I go along. Probably slightly lighter at top than bottom and all. So I left some tiny little bits for some highlights, look. That always looks nice. Bit more water because it goes really light over this side now. See, there's a light, pure white highlight on top of there. I like that. Left a bit there. I like that. Right, so I think I'm going to have to do a little dry again on this. Just soak them puddles up at bottom. Just help it dry quicker. I'm going to do a little dry, and then I think I'm going to take that slightly darker there because my light's coming in that way, so I've got slight highlight on there. Sand. Right, let's have a look. So I need it slightly darker on that bit there. Tiny bit, and this is really, really soft effect, so I didn't need that much water though. Oh well. Oh, it's worked anyway, it's worked. And then for some reason, down on this side it's a lot darker. Like I say, I'm not really sure why, but we'll just go with it. And then gradually gets lighter on that side. That's it. That looks quite dark at the minute, but when I dry it, watch this, it'll go lighter. And actually looking at that, I think I need to go darker still. So I'm going to put another layer on. I need to go darker still on here. So I'm going to stick another layer in this roof. That needs to be darker. That chimney in. Try and leave them little white highlights. What's there? Something like that. I like that bit a bit. Just that. Soften in, goes light on this side. There we are, that's sand, I think. There. That's better. Right, now, done with that brush now. I need a tiny, tiny little brush now. for some windows. So I want a really dark colour. Whap some windows in. It's dry, isn't it, that bottom bit? Yeah, of course it is. Just done it on a... Right, what time are we on? Oh, I'm taking up a lot of your time now. I'm nearly done. Right, so there's a window there, in the middle of there. And then there's some down here, what you can only just sort of see. Let's pop a couple in there. I'm just making this up now, I'm not bothered where the windows are on proper thing. Who cares? Maybe there's something in there, look, there's 2, 3, 4 in there, which there's not on my picture. Does I care? So that's nice, I think. Little house. I could actually come in and just do that underneath some of these bits, look. Especially relic on this side, because this side's where light's coming in, so you'd have even more of a shadow that side. Yeah, there's a bit down there, a shadow. Bit there, bit under there. Oh, I could do. Where's my reading glasses? They're on my head. They're on my head. So take that to a point there. And then these are minor details. I think that chimney's slightly, perhaps darker. There, same with that one, slightly darker. Peter and Paul. Get a BD on it. Bye. Today. There we are. Yeah, I think that'll do. I was going to put some little sheep or cows in my field. I might do a separate video and just pop some in, but I don't want to take up too much of your time. We're on 27 minutes, so that's just a little arse. Just the little arse. It's just chilling its out in it. It's sat there. It's enjoying its in it. Ready? In it.